What's going on, guys? I'm Brooks from Big Number One Motorsports. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this here R1200 GS. This is, as you know, kind of the godfather and still the king of the adventure bike world. And some new things that BMW's done for the newer bikes. I'm going to go over a few and let you know. One is probably the biggest one right now. They've gone to the water boxer motors, what they call it, water boxer. Really, it's the exact same thing as the previous boxer motor, but it's now water-cooled, air-cooled, and oil-cooled. You get all three of them, which you know as well as I do. That keeps everything nice and cool for sitting in traffic. On these hot Alabama summers, really don't have to worry about it overheating or getting too uncomfortable. There's a few good things that come with actually making this bike water-cooled now, and one obviously being cooler, but they were actually able to move the intake and everything up here from your BMW guys know that previously the intakes were here, really cut off a lot of your leg room and everything, kind of hit you in your shins. And because of the motors liquid cooled now, they were able to roll the intakes up on top because the old valves had to be on the front side where the air could hit them, obviously being the air-cooled motor. Now they've done away with that, rolled the intakes up on top, gives you a lot more room in here for your legs. Your taller guys will appreciate that because these bikes are pretty tall. They give you more legroom and everything else. Another thing is they've jumped up from 110 horsepower in the previous generation to 125 horsepower. It actually jumped up in torque as well to 92 foot-pounds of torque. It gives you more brunt, around the whole range, so it's usable. The good part about this is, having that torque and the water boxer motor being the twin, that torque is available almost anywhere in the rev range. For you guys that are really going to do some off-roading, that's really going to be a huge, huge help. When you're doing some off-road, just low RPM, just grunt around out in the dirt, it's super smooth power delivery, really gets you where you need to go. This bike right here has been added with the GPS preparation. Puts your GPS Navigator 5 right up on top, very, very easy to view. You really don't have to take your eyes off the road. So not only can you get to where you're going safely, it's a whole lot safer doing it because you can see it's right there. It's super easy to check out. Another thing about this GPS is actually they've done up with this little scroll wheel right here. I know you can't see it from where I'm at, but there's a wheel on the left side of this handlebar here. And you actually roll it this way and actually click it to enter. So you never have to take your hands off and hit the four buttons that were up on the GPS before this year. This is brand new for 2015 they've done. The scroll wheel really takes some of the guesswork out of everything. You have to take your hands off and move everything around. One thing that this bike has that your BMW guys probably know is the telelever front suspension. This stuff is awesome, especially if you're doing like fast stops and things like that. The way the telelever is, it works and everything, the nose doesn't dive so hard, which really adds to the safety. Heavy stops or anything like that, especially if you're carrying weight, you can grab a handful of front brake on this thing, and the bike almost squats. Even with just front brake, not even using rear brake. It's the way the telelever is designed. It's very, very safe. It's very, very efficient. And it's just there's not a whole lot of stuff to go wrong with. You're not busting fork seals all the time and everything on this motorcycle. Sticking on the suspension side of everything, we're going with the ESA, electronic suspension adjustment. All this is controllable through up here. All your modes and everything, dynamic, road, rain. But the ESA really lets everything change. The way everything is, your compression, your rebound, all that stuff really keeps the bike behaved because this bike does everything, literally, on-road, really rough road, off-road, everything else. At the touch of a button, you can change the front and the rear suspension on this bike to really give you that exact bike you need just with the touch of a button. Never having to stop, change anything, busting out your winches, really getting in there. It's right here. Click, 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 boom, done. You now have an off-road bike. Moving back to the suspension styles on this, this is a paralever rear suspension. Now what that means is it actually is a single side swing arm, as you can see, right up here. First off, it looks freaking awesome. Second off, the shaft and everything is actually built into the left side swing arm. That really cuts weight. It looks just awesome. And the paralever part is there's a rod on this side of the wheel, and you can see that through there, which makes the tire and the bike actually move independent of each other. The paralever makes the tire stay the same. You have to move this way, so your contact patch or anything like that doesn't change. Ultimately, keep you moving around, keep you a whole lot safer. There's a lot of this bike that would never be able to go through it all in one. But if you're looking for the king of adventure bikes, on-road, off-road, whatever, this right here is what you want, man. This has been for decades, man on top. It's going to be there for a long time. If you're looking for the best adventure bike pretty much out there right now, especially if you're going to be doing lots of off-road, this is your bike. My name is Brooks. Come down, see me, pick up one. Put this thing in your driveway or your backyard or wherever you park it, wherever. Thanks, guys.